Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news, all right, folks. Let's sit down and really dissect this potential blockbuster trade that's been swirling around the NFL circles, especially with the Giants fans who are always hungry for big moves and game-changing talent. The buzz is all about Cincinnati Bengals possibly trading Ja'Marr Chase. Yes, the explosive wide receiver out of LSU who's been lighting up defenses in his young career, to the New York Giants. Now I know what you're thinking. Wow, that's a bold move. But let's get into the details, the motivations behind it, and what it could mean for Big Blue moving forward. First, let's talk about the Bengals situation. They're sitting at 6-7 with a defense that's been leaking points all season, giving up around 26 points per game. And they're facing some serious cap issues. Internal sources suggest Cincinnati is looking at a potential rebuild, especially on defense. Their defense ranks 23rd in DVOA, which is a fancy way of saying they're not exactly the shutdown unit they'd like to be. And injuries on the offensive line, including 5 concussions, have made things even more complicated. The Bengals are also eyeing the future, with the current window feeling a little shaky after Joe Burrow's recent slump, 20 touchdowns versus 12 interceptions. And the team's odds of winning the Super Bowl at plus 2,500 reflect that uncertainty. Now, the thought process behind trading Chase is rooted in cap flexibility and rebuilding the trenches. Reports indicate Cincinnati could open up around $27 million in cap space by moving Chase, which they could then use to reconstruct their secondary or bolster the offensive line. The plan is to maybe target picks in the first round and even acquire an edge prospect to add some much-needed pass rush juice. The Bengals front office seems to be contemplating whether their window with Burrow is closing or if they should look to reset and build for the future, especially considering the recent struggles and injuries. Switching gears and zooming in on the Giants, this trade could be a game changer. Right now, New York is 2-11, firmly in a rebuilding phase, but adding a player like Ja'Marr Chase could significantly accelerate their offensive development. The Giants are ranked 28th in receiving yards, with only about 900 yards total, which is dead last or close to it in the league. Bringing in Chase, a guy who's averaging over 13. 7 yards per catch this season with 82 receptions for 120 yards and 10 touchdowns in just 13 games, could be exactly what they need to transform their passing game. Imagine Jackson Dart, the rookie QB who's shown flashes but still needs a reliable deep threat. Chase would be a perfect fit. His ability to run precise routes and win contested catches would help Dart elevate his game, especially with receivers like Malik Neighbors currently on IR due to a concussion, and injuries to other key players like Olszewski, hamstring, and Collins, ankle. Chase's skill set, his explosiveness and ability to stretch defenses would breathe new life into New York's stagnant offense. It's reminiscent of the A.J. Brown trade back in 2022 that really helped the Eagles turn the corner, but Chase offers even more upside in terms of separation and deep ball threat. Let's also talk about Chase himself. The guy's profile is elite. He's 60, 201 pounds, and his stats are eye-popping. A career total of over 200 yards, 65 touchdowns, and a yards per route run that ranks among the best in the league. He's a true predator on the field, especially in 2025, where he's been shining with a PFF overall grade of 91. 6, second among WRs, and a yards per route of 2.5, putting him in the top 3. When healthy, he's a nightmare for defenses, especially with contested catches at 60%, which ranks 3rd in the league. His ability to make plays after the catch with over 500 yards YAC makes him a dynamic weapon that can change the complexion of any offense. But it's not just about the stats. Chase's presence on the field would elevate the Giants' entire attack, opening up more space for Darius Slayton and other receivers, and giving Dart a true field stretcher. The addition of Chase would boost the Giants' deep passing game, which has been below average this season, and help them convert more third downs. For a team that struggled to stay competitive and develop the young quarterback, This kind of upgrade could be the spark they need to turn the season around, or at least set them up for a more promising future. Now, what about the impact on the NFC East and the Giants' playoff hopes? Well, if this trade goes through, it could completely reshape the division's power dynamics. The Eagles, currently odds-on favorites at plus 750, would face an even more explosive Giants team that now has Chase leading a revamped offense. Imagine Dart throwing deep bombs to Chase, with Slayton and other receivers complementing him, making the Giants' passing attack a real threat. This could mean more wins, better position in the standings, and a serious push for a playoff spot. Looking ahead, the Giants are building towards something bigger. They've already shown signs of improvement on defense, with a decent but not spectacular unit that could benefit from a more balanced attack. The addition of Chase would help develop Dart, who's currently sitting with 800 yards and 15 touchdowns, into a legitimate franchise quarterback. His EPA per pass of plus 18% is promising, but having a true number one like Chase would accelerate his growth and give him the confidence to take more shots downfield. Plus, with a stronger offense, the Giants could improve their third down conversion rate from 33% to nearly 48%, which could be the catalyst for more sustained drives and ultimately more wins. From a strategic standpoint, this move makes a lot of sense. It's a win-now move for the Bengals, looking to capitalize on their current roster if they believe Burrow's window is closing, and a long-term gamble for the Giants who are trying to build a competitive team with a young QB. The trade could also serve as a statement that Big Blue is serious about competing in the near future, not just tanking for draft picks. It's about injecting talent, speed, and explosiveness into a team that's been stuck in neutral for too long. Now, let's not forget about the playoff implications. The current odds for the Giants to win Super Bowl LXI are around plus 15-0, but with Chase in the fold, those odds could improve dramatically, potentially to plus 5-0 or better. His PFF grade of 91.6 and his ability to elevate a team's deep efficiency could be the X factor that pushes the Giants into the postseason and beyond. Think about the potential matchups, the playoff experience he's bringing, and the threat he would pose to defenses that are already trying to contain players like Slayton and Saquon Barkley. Chase's presence could open up the entire offense, making it more unpredictable and dangerous. In conclusion, this trade, if it happens, isn't just about acquiring a talented receiver. It's about sending a message to the league and to the NFC East that the Giants are ready to shake things up. Chase would be the centerpiece of a rebuild that aims for the Super Bowl in 2027, transforming Big Blue into a team that can contend with the best in the league. Cincinnati, on the other hand, may be making a calculated move to reset and focus on the future, even if it means parting ways with a star like Chase. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you think Chase could be the missing piece for Big Blue to finally get back to the Super Bowl? Or is this too risky, considering the price and the fit? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion really matters to us and to the Giants. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, rumors, and analysis, so stay tuned for all the latest New York Giants news. We're in this together, and the future looks bright if we can make moves like this happen. Let's keep the faith, stay loud, and keep dreaming of that next Super Bowl victory. Go Giants!